I used to blame social media for passing on this idea of wealth and abundance that I just couldn't achieve myself. But lately, I've been seeing people my age with the same type of outcome as me, unemployed, single, looking for a new career, spending money like it's just raining from the sky, making me question, am I doing something wrong, or are we living lives that we can't sustain? Welcome back to the channel. Tune in or go stout. On the channel, we've touched on unemployment, we've touched on the inflation of prices on everyday goods, and the impact that that's had on people of the Gen Z variety. But as the reports show, our doomer mindset on money makes us spend it the most recklessly. That thought many of us have to treat ourselves or not really see $20 as a big purchase tends to stack up and hurt us in the long run. The amount of times I've thought to myself, it's just a $20 purchase off Amazon, or it's just a drink from Starbucks, has left me with $0 to put into my savings. That was a habit I knew to break early, but a lot of people in our generation don't see that. When you get a paycheck, you kind of got two roads to go down. You can be the person who saves the money and progresses further in life because they're able to be more flexible about what they do in life, or you're a victim of a system that's gonna bleed you dry. And I'm not talking about people who spend money on bills or who are not able to save because the margins are just so close. That is different, and I can acknowledge that that is different. But the issue that I'm talking about is the common American problem: spending more money than you have. With a system built to make you go broke in a million ways, thinking you can keep up with a lifestyle is really the first downfall that many face. I honestly think it's that kid inside of us that was denied McDonald's on the trip when we asked for it from our parents that really gets the credit card as we grow up and spends like there's no tomorrow. While many blame this on consumerism or the corporations that aim at your pockets, there's a lot of ways to waste money, but there's only one way to save it. And this is a truth many of us deny. Even when we look at our bank statement and it shows all the dumb purchase that we made for that month, we'll still sit there and scroll through 4 or 5 times wondering, where did the money go?
And there's no money in here.
We all have this friend, we love this friend, but we all have this one friend who can open up his bank app at any time and show you his phone and his account is negative or just hanging on the edge. He works a full-time job, but somehow the money that enters his account never stays there. When you ask him why, he'll tell you he doesn't know. And the next words out of his mouth are, you want to go grab something to eat? For many of us in this world, wasting money is just second nature. There's a million ways to break up how money works. You can get paid by the hour or by the week or by the month, but the numbers at the end of the day are numbers. If the dollar doesn't hold value to you, you're going to be very reckless with it. For many people, the idea of saving money doesn't come easy because they never had it to begin with. I've met people who live comfortably on an Amazon warehouse paycheck, and I've met people who live horribly with a doctor's degree. I'm not saying extra money doesn't help. Right now, I'm in a situation where I'm making no money, but my ability to save money has made this process less scary. Before I made the choice to leave my job, I made the choice to save. While I had a goal and a reason to save my money, many people view a paycheck coming in as a reason to spend very carelessly. For me, it always felt weird when companies always talked about the person's purchasing power. Like these companies would sit and look at all these demographics and see how much they made and how much they were willing to spend and tailored everything. Everything about us was a number or a metric that they were gaming to get us to spend more and more. And once I got in the real world and was able to cash a check and had money in my account just sitting there, I did exactly what they told me to. I utilized my purchasing power. All the brands that I couldn't afford when I had no money but I thought were so cool were now obtainable and were the only thing that I wanted. And everyone around me was doing the same thing. My friends were buying new cars. People were eating out and putting it on credit. We were partying every single weekend, acting like we had infinite money, unlimited Ubers and drinks, just to wake up on that Monday and feel like we're working for free because we barely have enough to make it through the week. Now that I have no money coming in, I realize that it's scary, but once you stop spending, it's so rewarding. And it's almost rewarding in the ways that you wouldn't imagine. Very recently, my car got a flat tire. I made a video about this. I had to replace all 4 tires. Cost me a lot of money. Was not fun, right? But it was out of the rainy day fund for days like this. If we rewind to just 3 years ago, past me would have to borrow money from somebody, take some form of loan out, or put that $1,000 tire change on credit because I wasn't ready for the unexpected moments of life. I didn't have a rainy day account. I didn't have a mindset that let me keep money longer than 3 days after after it hit my account. And there's nothing that really makes you feel more like an employee than working after you just spent your entire paycheck and you don't get paid for another 2 weeks. Think about how many days you woke up not wanting to go to work but feeling so obligated because you didn't have enough money in your account to survive. When you're reckless with money, you see how fragile the edge between you and homelessness is. Most people our age don't have a savings, so don't be the common statistic. One paycheck you miss out on, or one bad thing or life moment that happens to you, can really be the deciding factor between you where you are now and you on the streets. We can't control a lot in life, but we can control what we spend our money on. If it's not a bill or a necessity, I say try to go without. We're not rich. We need to live in our situation and be honest about our situation. If you spend recklessly, then your life will be continuously insecure. Your boss and your job will hold more control over your feelings and reactions than anything else will. You won't view work as a place of empowerment, but rather a unfun necessity of life. The act of saving money and creating a rainy day fund and saving for the unexpected parts of life are not only for yourself, but it's for the people around you. I promise you, if you were to save money and at least take part of some of your stressors that come from money, your reaction to everyday life would change. You would be happier more often. The first step to achieving financial freedom is understanding the importance of money and how far it can really go. While it is a tool to buy your favorite burger or your favorite flavored coffee, it also can be the vehicle that takes you to where you want to be, grants you the deed to your first house, helps you book tickets to travel the world. Money doesn't always have to be poison. Money isn't in control of itself, it's just a personification of our desires. It grants us access to the things that we truly want. Saving money isn't about being somebody who can just ignore their pleasure. While that's part of it, it's also about knowing why you're saving the money in the first place. You might think you're comfortable living paycheck to paycheck or chasing every trend like everyone else is, but if you sit up late at night wondering what your financial future is going to be, or how you're going to shape a future for yourself, or even have kids in a world like this, I promise you spending your money is going to keep you in fear of the reality you're heading towards. And don't be a cog in the machine, it only lets the game continue. I've reiterated this a lot in a lot of my videos, but if we are not vocal about what's going on, it is only just allowing it to continue even more. The reason I talk about inflation and the job market is not to complain, but to highlight the people struggling and that it's okay to struggle in times like this. These are very irregular times. As we see the money flying out of our accounts and how hard it's become to even keep up with basic necessities, we still hear the reports of people spending more money and companies hitting record profits at an all-time speed. The acceptance of higher prices and the more we buy into our guilty pleasures, the more it lets these corporations know that we're willing to tolerate the bullshit. Saving money is a tool. Wasting money is a curse, and break that curse. We've all had people in our life who've lived paycheck to paycheck, and that doesn't have to be you. It doesn't matter if it's an insane amount. Put $5 away, put $1 away, put something away to have it for tomorrow. I promise you, you'll sleep easier knowing that it's there. If you found anything in this video helpful or related to it, I would love to know how you guys save money in the comments below. If you haven't liked the video, please go ahead and drop a like, and a subscription does more for me than you could ever know. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.
Transmission complete. Signal terminating. This is Ghost Thread, signing off.